Good to be with you this evening. And for those of you who are watching from your homes, wherever you might be, I hope that you enjoy the competition. Yes, we are live streaming, hence the reason why I am looking at you and not seeing you directly. I am seeing little squares and little lights every time I blink, but that's not a problem. At some point, when I walk into something, understand it has overpowered me. But it's good to be here tonight, and we're going to have a lot of fun, and I hope you guys are going to enjoy watching your hard work get broken. All right. So, guys, what are we going to do? Just for those of you that have arrived and weren't involved in the rules this morning, we're just going to go over what some of the specifications were. And then we're going to take it from there. We're going to look at where we stand presently with the first part of the adjudication process. And then we're going to test this rig and see whether the rig breaks or the bridges break, and which one happens first. All right, so it's an exciting evening, and I hope you guys enjoy it. So let's start straight away with the morning's process. We basically mentioned the rules. And every year we create some sort of twist to the rules, something that causes any sort of design that is coming from home to be null and void. All right. And so this morning the twist was numerous. The first one was a clear span. And so for those of you who don't understand the terminology, a clear span is basically the distance between the abutments, or in this particular case, the supports. So any bridge that was made according to the clear span would automatically be disqualified based on the fact that it would fail and fall through our bridge machine. So the clear span was 730 millimeters. All right, which did pose a little bit of a problem to some teams. And so when we start looking at the bridges, I will show you how some teams have added on, which is pretty standard in engineering. You know, we just add on. No, we don't. All right. Engineering, you cannot. You have to design according to specifications. And so there is no adding on. And we just pray that obviously there is no failure. So that was the first one, 730 millimeters, clear span. And then we threw in the major upset of today. And we created a bridge where the width has to have an internal dimension of 140 millimeters. Now, this goes against the norm. Ever since I have been adjudicating this competition, we've focused on 100 millimeters internal width. In fact, we've had 100 millimeters internal square, so it had to be horizontal 100, vertical 100. Well, today we posed the challenge, and we went with 140 internal width, not allowed to exceed 160, which means that the scholars and those competing had to be very conscious of how they positioned the wood, because the wood has a space to it. And so if they built it outwards, then obviously the 160 was compromised. And so it created a lot of fun because a lot of jigs were brought in, and we got to see the jigs just left on the side. Some teams decided that they still needed their jig, and if they didn't have it, there was serious issues. So we saw them using the tools that they brought in to modify their jigs. And so the first half an hour was just sawing through wood to try and create this new jig, which was a lot of fun for me. It kind of brought a bit of satisfaction that the value I had given had caused sufficient chaos within it. And then we created another chaos where we specified that the internal height was no longer 100, but 120. All right, and you guys will agree that I emphasized that quite a lot this morning. I'm just looking for a nod. Thank you very much. Rent a crowd, appreciate it. Fantastic. All right, so we started the competition. We went through the rules at about 8:30 this morning. Just after 9, we started the competition, and there was great gusto to get things going. Lots of design, pins being pushed into boards, other teams cutting sticks, and it was fantastic to see the teamwork. And I must admit, I really appreciated just watching the way in which you guys work together. And I really want to just thank you for showing me that no matter what we throw at you with regards to confusion, changes, it doesn't change the excitement and the attitude of we're going to make this happen. And so well done. Can we give all our scholars a round of applause, please? And the competition wasn't without incidences. We did have a couple of cuts, which resulted in excessive blood spewing out all over the place. No, I'm kidding. All right, we didn't have any of that. A lot of it was the harder you pushed, the more blood that came out. And sometimes we needed that push to be able to realize where to put the plaster. All right, but we did it. But we did have one gentleman who decided to just show us how sharp the Stanley knives actually are. And a little bit later, we will introduce you to that person. And they can show you the 15 stitches or the 17 stitches, depending on who you talk to, or the 27 stitches. All right. We even heard that there was a rumor that it didn't just happen on the thumb over here, but it actually went all the way up the arm. All right. And then one person said, no, they actually managed to split themselves in half, but it wasn't a problem with the glue and the sticks we kind of put him back together again. All right. So the story did increase depending on who you spoke to. But I can confirm it was 15 stitches. All right, there were some internal stitches, so maybe that's where the confusion is coming. All right, but we managed it, and the person is still very much alive, very much breathing, still very much under the anesthetic, which is fantastic. You can shake his hand, you can do whatever you like, and he doesn't even know that the hand is sore. All right, but tomorrow morning he should realize and maybe be a bit more cautious. Right, and then so the day continued. We had a bit of an issue, as with all engineering projects. We had a strike. And so we had to down tools, which took place over an hour while we tried to resolve the strike issues. A lot of it was around, kind of health and safety on site, obviously after all the cuts and grazes and bruises. And some of it was on poor working conditions. So we had to deal with that, but we got hold of the unions, we discussed it. And by 12:30, 1:30, we were very proud. All teams were back in the room, back on the site working. All right, so I think that was probably the fastest negotiation with success in history. 1 hour, done and dusted. All right, and I am available for any company that would require my services. I will make sure that I fulfill that 1 hour restriction. All right, and we'll take it from there. Right, and then we finished at 4 o'clock. So 5.5 hours later, we have the bridges that you're going to see this evening. And I must just say, I'm very, very impressed. The bridges have certainly come out great. And for those of you that have never done it, it's one of those things where you start and the starting is slow. We actually had WBHO, one of our sponsors. They also decided to build a bridge. And I didn't realize how long engineers take to read 10 pages. All right, I kid you not, by like 11 o'clock, 11:30, they were still going through this document. I'm not too sure what they were looking for. Maybe they were reading between the lines. I'm not entirely sure. But eventually they got on the job, and we actually have their bridge, and we're going to break their bridge first. All right, to create that baseline. If they're engineers, their bridge is the baseline. And if you can beat engineers, that's what we're looking for. All right, that's what we want. Okay, all right. We'll talk a little bit about their bridge a little bit later. But it's so nice because, initially there's all that planning and that kind of stuff. And then you start to see things taking place. And before you know it, you've got this 3-dimensional model of an incredible structure that has been built. And not just built, but built to specifications. And it really is something very exciting to see. So we're going to get into the testing. But just to talk a little bit about how the process will work. So each team, and we're going to draw teams from a bag. I wanted a hat, but I didn't have a hat. So we're drawing teams from a bag. We're going to rely on you guys to choose which team will go. All right, and just for anyone who gets involved in this choice, I'll give you a gift. All right, so you don't come up here and do all this work for nothing. You actually go back to your seat with something special. All right, and that special, well, you'll get to see it just now. So we'll get the bridge up here. The process is very simple. We place the bridge on here with my assistance. We put all the necessary loading apparatus onto the bridge, the loading cell onto the bridge, and I'll describe that process just now to you. And then I step away because I've already had people indicating to me that if I get involved and I break the bridge, they're going to sue me as well as SAICE. All right, and so I'm not too keen on that idea. If you've seen my bank account, as long as you sue me for $5, we should be fine. All right, but after hearing the value you said, I'm going to not get involved at all. All right, so I will step back. You guys then have the opportunity to adjust the bridge, adjust the loading apparatus. It can't move too far, but you can make sure that everything is correct. You can make sure that the loading cell is directly below. Again, it doesn't really make a difference, but whatever makes you happy, okay? And then you will give me a thumbs up. Once you've given me a thumbs up, you guys as the audience become the most crucial part in the process. And if you look, thanks to the various suns around me, we've got the sun for Neptune on the side here, and then we've got our sun there and various other suns. Camera 3 is onto our load cell reader, and that needs to be zeroed. So you guys need to kind of give me some sort of indication, if I haven't zeroed it, that I need to. If you see me walking to it, then just keep quiet, because then I've remembered. All right, so I don't need to be yelled at. I will go and I'll do it. But if I don't, then we need you to remind me. Because the last thing is it'll be fine if our bridge exceeds the loading there. But if it doesn't, well done, you get a much better load than what your bridge actually handled. All right, so it needs to be zeroed. That's crucial. All right, the loading method is very simple. We have a load cell. The load cell is measured to 1.1 of a kg. So we're very accurate. It is designed in such a way that it takes what we call the ultimate limit state, so which is the highest load that your bridge can handle before failure. And it holds that value. So that value will never disappear. So it doesn't matter, you can crank this thing as fast as you like or as slow as you like, it's not going to make a difference. All right. However, because of all the cameras that you're seeing on top there, we would like you to go at a steady pace. So if there is any exciting action taking place, we can all see it. And it's not like blink, oh darn, it's finished. All right, so try and get a nice steady pace so that we can enjoy it. And at the end of the day, the load cell will do what it has to do. So you will basically load it to fail. All right, keep going. If the bridges start getting quite strong, we're going to see the action taking place in the people. It's going to become quite difficult to turn. All right, and that's where it really gets exciting. Okay, if the bridge goes at a high load, it's going to go and it's going to shatter and pieces of wood are going to fly all over the place. That's what makes us excited. All right, if we just see it just kind of like a limp and just fall over, well, we'll clap anyway. All right. Okay, so guys, we're going to have a lot of fun. So just to tell you what you're playing for, because this is where it really gets exciting. So we're looking for first 3 places. Team first place. Actually, no, let me start at the bottom. 3rd place. We're going to bless you with 2,000 Rand per scholar. Yes. So that gentleman over there has already figured out how much that actually is, because he took the 2,000 and he added it up 3 times and he got 6,000, which is fantastic. All right, and you can then just pass that over to your teacher and, you know, you can get... Okay, just check. All right, 2nd place is a little bit more exciting. We'll see how the mathematics goes with this one. All right, so 2nd place is 2,200 Rand. Okay, it was a little bit slower to calculate, but that's fine. All right. Okay, and then 1st place is 2,500 Rand. Okay. Can someone, memory please, can we have someone sitting there? We just need to calm that gentleman down a little bit. Right, so it's very exciting, and it's not just that. We've got bags for you. Oh, thanks, sorry. New gentleman, all right. So we've got bags and we've got other things. We've even got water to give you, which is free for you to put in your little bag and take with you. So we give you money, we give you water. We're giving you all the essentials to survive, all right, which is really exciting. The bad news is I must just tell you this, and I will repeat it a little bit later. Breakfast is at 6:30 tomorrow morning because the buses leave at 7:30. All right, I repeat it, I said to you, and that's fine. I'm good now, I can move on. Right, so let's just discuss how the adjudication process is working. I need this still. So, the adjudication process works on a formula. The formula is comprised of the assessment by adjudicators, and we had quite a number of adjudicators which have requested to remain anonymous due to safety issues. All right, especially with one team wanting to sue, so we thought it was best to just keep them quiet. They know who they are. They're not even looking at me at the moment, so that's how well trained they are at this adjudication process. Bro, look elsewhere, man. All right. All right, so what we do is we've assessed it on 3 criteria. One is basically the aesthetics. And this is a difficult one because it's very opinionated. And so what we do is we look at all the bridges. And when I say we, I'm just saying I'm part of it. I'm not part of the adjudication process. I just write it down into the computer, the value. All right, guys, did you hear that? There's no suing of me. I just type values into the computer. All right. So the first part, we look at it from an assessment perspective. We take the best bridge, or the bridge that we think from an aesthetic perspective, which is, is the wood nice and filed? Is it symmetrical? Just the look. And so it's a very difficult thing to give kind of criteria. And so I'm very proud to say that Brackenfell, you got that 10 out of 10 aesthetics. All right. Sadly, it stopped there, but it's fine. Okay. All right, so aesthetics, and we based all the bridges based on your bridge. So well done. That's certainly something to be proud of. Then we looked at it from a design perspective, and I'm very proud to say that all the adjudicators are engineers. Some of them are structural engineers. I think all of them might have been structural engineers, but they'll tell me they were structural engineers anyway, so it's not a problem. All right, and so we looked at it from a structural perspective with regards to, is this member necessary? Is this member a redundant member, and therefore it has no necessity in the bridge or no actual function in the bridge? And so we just looked at it from that perspective. Have they glued in places where they shouldn't have glued? And so we just have a little bit of fun looking at it, and we come up with a mark. And I can't tell you who won that. Actually, I can. I think it was quite a close call, that one. Sure, it's really bright from this place. Uh-oh. How's that? Right. How's that? Better? Not at all. If I take it out of my pocket, maybe I'm the interference. That would be funny, wouldn't it? It's my magnetic personality. All right, so we looked at it from a design perspective, and wow, Brackenfell, 9 out of 10. Well done, well done. Right, and then the final one was correctness, and correctness is where we're taking the rules that we applied this morning. So did they build it according to the correct height? Did they have the correct dimensions internally? Did they meet the external dimensions? Did they meet the length? And so I'm very proud to say that that was quite an interesting one, which did result, sadly, in 2 disqualifications. All right, but the winner there was held by Hoërskool Jim Fichet. And if I pronounced you wrong, I apologize. Domino Servite School and Hoërskool Diamantveld all got 10 out of 10. So well done. Right, and then we have the concerns. So we had a couple of concerns. The one concern came from, and guys, I apologize if I don't get these names correct, and I apologize to the audience wherever you might be. Toho Yando Technical School, all right, we had concerns over your width of your bridge, the internal dimensions, and we had concerns with regards to the height, your internal height. But we felt that the concerns weren't sufficient to disqualify you. But it did result in a -1 mark for your correctness. All right. Then we had another team, Hoërskool Oosterland. All right. You had a internal dimension shorter than what it should have been, but it was just that internal dimension on the horizontal, and therefore we also felt that it wasn't a disqualification. Yes. All right, I'll take your word on that. All right, and then that gave you a 3 for that criteria. Oh, man. All right. Right, and then the two concerns. The first one was the Hoërskool Menlo Park. You sadly have been disqualified. And the reason you were disqualified is due to laminating of your members. And so when we turned it upside down and we looked at it, we could see that glue had been poured along the edge of 2 members, thereby laminating the members together. All right, and so the team sadly has disqualified you. However, we will still break your bridge, because no bridge goes home unbroken. And then the other one, Botlu Melong Senior Secondary School. All right, you were also disqualified. And the reason you were disqualified was your internal width was 120. All right, which meant that as the vehicles drive through, they are going to be forced to change shape. All right, and so any vehicle going in is going to come out slightly narrower than the vehicle, and they may even have lost the tires, in which case you can't even classify it as a vehicle anymore. All right. The other concern was your height was 110 millimeters, and so not only are you going to shave the sides of the vehicle off, but you're shaving the top off too. All right, so it really is a vehicle at the end of the bridge that is possibly not functioning. All right, and so sadly you also have been disqualified, but as I said, we will break your bridge, and you can go home very proud holding the pieces that we give you. All right. Okay, any questions from the audience? All right, fantastic. We won't ask the people online. Unless someone is prepared to give me your cell number, and we can then just project that and you can get them to phone you. All right. Oh, by the way, please make sure your phones are off or muted at least. All right. There's no more ability to phone a friend. We've built the bridges, so we're done. All right. So let's start our competition. Right. I need someone from the audience. If I put it in my pocket, is it going to be okay?
One of the chirpers wants to go.
Yeah, I'm thinking one of the chirpers. Right, so let's have, yes. Yeah, come, Roo, come. Right, you want to see an interesting reaction. So this is my grade 9 team. Right, Screw, I need you to put your hand in here and take out a piece of paper that is folded. All right, take it out, read it, and tell me what number you have.
11.
11. Right, fantastic. For your efforts, hang on a second. There we go, there's a pen. Right, so team 11 is Botlu Melong Senior Secondary School. If you can please come up, and we're going to start with your bridge. Calibration. Oh, we're going to do the calibration. Okay, guys, take a seat. All right, we're going to calibrate everything. So please, can we have WBHO? Here we go. I'm a poet. Right. I'll get them to fetch their bridge. I'm not allowed out of this little square. We're given strict instructions. My goodness. Okay, so I must apologize. WBHO was very much involved in the design of the bridge, and then BVI came in and caused trouble and created a joint venture, and so the bridge is not just WBHO, but also BVI. Oh, you mean you're not taking any responsibility for this? Nothing at all. Absolutely nothing. Right. BVI has come up purely to laugh at the competition.
Yes, yes.
Right. Okay, here we go. Right. Jeez, we've given a second, man. Right. Okay, here we go. We need this here. Okay, can I have one person on the other side, please? Okay, so we're going to run these through. All right, sure. Guys, you certainly made this thing quite wide, eh? There's one for you. There's one for me. Okay. All right. Let me just come around this side. So, guys, can I just release this so quickly? All right, guys, let me just put it in quickly. You know, the people online are now wondering what on earth is going on because I'm just staring at the audience. I will do it. Thank you. Right. Just give me a bit more then. Other way. Just flick it. Yeah, flick it down. Okay, that's it. Okay, thank you. Talk about excitement. Okay, so now what you guys need to do, just help me with it come off. Okay, all right. Okay, so guys, are you happy with where everything is? Okay, they're going to inspect it. Typical engineers, this is what we do. All right, we inspect so that it becomes somebody else's problem. Right. Okay, so you'll see in the bottom there, it's sitting at 0.2 kgs. We'll give them 0.2. All right, just to help them out. Okay. Right, so now comes the fun part. Who is going to break the bridge? And they're handing it over to a lady. Right. So, ladies and gentlemen, our first bridge is being loaded. Please look at the cameras on the screen. We're looking for any sort of deformation, any sort of movement. The more movement we have, the better. They're sitting on 8 kgs at the moment. Okay, great. Let's stop quickly. Okay, so we're on, the one we're looking at is this minus 0.20 kgs. That's where they are at the moment. Okay, so it's the bottom one on the right-hand side. Right, let's keep going. So you can look at the top there. It would appear we've got a little bit of deformation taking place. I saw some movement looking through the central one. All right, it looks like we've got some members starting to bend. All right. All right, we heard it's sitting on 35 though. Oh! All right. Right. So well done. That was pretty exciting. All right. So you guys got 39.2 kgs. Right. So the baseline has been set at 39.2 kgs. All right. The engineers. Right. Okay. So it's quite exciting. what I like to do is just afterwards just look and just see what happened. And what's really exciting is that we've actually got failure within the sticks. Okay, and that's exciting because it tells us that the design was good and the glue did what we asked it to do, and that was hold. All right. It would appear, however, and I can't be certain as to whether or not there was a joint there. It does look like it. All right, so they had joined their sticks at that point, which was great because they've got other members coming in to strengthen it, but clearly not enough. All right, and so it broke on that joint. The other side seems fine. Guys, do you want your bridge? Yes. Okay. What you must do is when you like put it on the shelf, you must hold it like this. Okay, so you don't show that side, right? Okay, guys, so you can see it's quite exciting. And so now we're going to head on to the team that we wanted. All right, and so let me call them up again. Boyd to Malong Secondary School, if you can please bring your bridge, and we're going to start the breaking process. You guys are just going to need to find it. That one, yes. Right. Okay, so guys, if you just look here, the biggest issue with this bridge, and the reason it was disqualified, obviously was the height issue on the side. And you can see it quite clearly, and so sad as it is, it is one of those bridges that needed to be removed from the competition. Right. Okay, another exciting thing, which brings me to another thing. You can see there's quite a high spot on this side here. There's one part of the bridge that's not on the supports, on the abutments. And so what's going to happen is as soon as we start to load it, it's going to twist. And that twisting action is fantastic because the wood's going to go, I didn't know I had to do this. All right, and as soon as we twist it, the wood's going to go and we're going to have issues. And so this is going to really be exciting. All right, are you guys ready? Okay, one person that side, please. All right, let's put it through. Put it through. Okay, we want to make sure it doesn't change. Right, put that there. Nice, it fits on beautifully. Okay, right, now let's take this one up. Okay, just hold it on there for me so I can just make sure. Okay, all right, guys, you can check your bridge, make sure you're happy with the process. All right, you good? You happy? Are you sure? Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much, audience. Appreciate it. Right. Are you guys ready? It can only go one way, buddy. It can only go one way. Oh, wait. Stop. Here we go. All right. Still. I didn't even get a chance to say something. Okay, but 29.9. Well done, guys. All right, so guys, you can take your bridges. All right, just out of interest sake, if I could have 1/2, please. All right. This is really exciting because it broke in the middle, which kind of makes sense because that's where we're loading it. All right, and so that was quite a nice break. It would appear, however, that some are glue related and some are wood related. All right, but well done, guys. Nice bridge. All right, and we certainly hope. This little cubicle thing is terrible. All right. Okay, so guys, I can't move out of my little spot here, so as frustrating it is. Can I just throw it to you guys? Okay. I've been given strict orders. You've got to stay within the light. All right. Sounds like a church meeting. All right. Okay, so let's do that again. So sadly, I can't put any score in there because it was disqualified. So let's have another person. Who wants to come now? Come on, let's go. No, don't look. Just put your hand in. Okay, read out what you got. Number 3, and that's for you. There we go. Right. Right, so number 3 is Hoërskool Jim Fichet. Can you please grab your bridge and can you bring it up, please? Right, can I ask you guys to please explain the M? Are you happy to? Okay.
Testing. Okay.
No, you don't have to test.
Oh,
it's
okay.
working, apparently. All right, go for it.
Okay, so as you can see, we have built a little M on top of our bridge, and it is to give honor to our teacher, our science teacher, Miss Marisa. She was, in the beginning of the year, diagnosed with breast cancer, and even though she is still fighting, she's fighting strong. She's always the one that is in charge of the bridge building and taking charge there. So this bridge was built for her. So Miss Marisa, if you can see this video or anything, we are proud to say this bridge is for you. So yes.
Well done. All right, so thank you very much. That's a very moving story. I must just say one thing. When they did the aesthetics of this, nobody even questioned the M on the top. It was kind of like, oh no, we always have an M on top of our bridges, you know? And so they just went on and they did the adjudication and everything was fine. And then when I came through to the design and the correctness, I said to them, guys, just to let you know, the M is actually because of a teacher at school that has got cancer. And they were like, oh, we need to change the aesthetics. I'm like, no, you can't. All right. So yeah, so very nicely done. And let's hope it meets your expectations. All right. Okay, where's the other pieces? Okay, so let's slide it in through. Okay, right, do you want to take that side? I'll take here. Okay, so just hold it. Okay, just make sure it doesn't. Okay, guys, I'm going to leave it up to you. Okay, so they're going to be checking everything. Yes, thank you, thank you. Who said that? Who said 0? I've got a sweet. It's been in my pocket for a while, but you're more than welcome to it. All right, it's got a bit of lint, but it's okay. Right. Okay, guys, when you're ready, can I ask, seems as though you're wanting to go a little bit lower. Can you just wear those for us, please? Nice. Yeah. They're mine. Hey, I want them back. Okay. Right. Let's go. Okay, so initially it starts off quite slowly because it's just picking up the slack in the cable, and then obviously it starts to climb. So we've just hit 1 kg. All right, going up quite quickly. Okay, everything is holding nicely. You can see here, very nice. They're sitting on 40, 50, 60, 70. All right, 76. All right, so 76.5. Thank you very much. All right, that is a brilliant, brilliant bridge. And I think you have made your science teacher very proud of that endeavor, except now you're breaking it. All right, can I just have a quick squiz? Let's have a look. All right. Okay, so this member over here, obviously undergoing quite a lot of tension, being pulled, and it pulled off there, and obviously then resulted in failure. So very nice, the M is intact. So let's hope that that's where this situation is heading, hey? That the M, no matter what's going on, no matter what hardship she's enduring, it's not going to break the M. It's not going to break her. So well done, guys. Thank you very much. All the best. Right, we're back to the bag. Who wants to do it this time? Let's have someone from this side. Rue, with your fancy blazer. I always wanted one of those blazers, but for some unknown reason, they didn't think it was appropriate to give me the colors. Who said that? Sure. Right, Rue.
Number 10.
Number 10, and there's a present for you. There you go. Pleasure, pleasure. Unless you want a jelly baby. You want a jelly baby? Are you sure? Okay, all right. Nobody wants my jelly babies. Right, so number 10. Hoërskool Oosterland. Please grab your bridge, and can you come to the front? Ah. Right, so our grade 9 boys. You can just hang on to it. You don't need that. Thanks. All right. Okay. Here we go. Okay, guys, if I can ask that you just hold it there while we just put brackets on. Okay, so there's one for you. I assume these little raised sections are for that, eh? Yes. Fantastic. All right. Okay. Okay, I'll just put it back on there. Okay. All right. Guys, you can do what you like now. Making sure you're happy. All right, so their bridge is on. Yes, I'm going. There's always one team that just causes the trouble, eh? Right, so let's have a look at what their bridge can do. Optimistic, right. All right, so well done. You're on 1.5. That's fantastic. Right. Everything's looking good still. Down 20.7. Whoops. All right, what broke? What broke? Ah, the corner there. Okay, so you can see it failing in the corner. Right, and 26.1, but I'm very proud to say that they're coming in second. Oh wait, we've only done two bridges, eh? Oh, sorry man, okay, so... Right, let's have a quick squiz. So I think it was pretty evident where yours failed, eh? Okay, so guys, what happened with this bridge, and they managed to fix it, but I think this is where the failure took place, is they built the bridge beautifully at 730, but left two little pieces on the bottom on either side. Now that's great because it creates the distance, the span is now fine, but your bridge is actually behaving like a beam. Because this beautiful truss structure, which is taking the load and sending it through all the members, and some members are in compression, some are in tension, and they come all the way down to this little beam, this little stick, holding it onto their buttons. And so they did a little contraption there, which actually worked better than I thought, so well done. All right. But you can see definitely, because it's failed at either end, that was an issue. All right. Ideally, that member should have gone right to the top. Instead, you brought it halfway, and that's why it's actually snapped there. All right. So had you taken that to the top, we would have had a different bridge. And maybe 27.1, you know? Here we go. Right. Let me say before we have any issues. You know, one thing Eskom has taught us is it's always good to save your work. All right. Okay, so let's have somebody else. Yeah, here we go. Right. Sure. She's doing this with great gusto. I had to really hold this bag tightly. All right, who've we got? Number 9. Here we go. It's a pleasure. Can I have my 9, please? Thank you. Right. Number 9 is Fairvale Secondary School. Please, can you grab your bridge and bring it to its execution, to the rig. Okay, you guys are a fantastic audience. Thanks for participating. Really appreciate it. All right. Okay, guys, now you may go. All right, so it's picking up the slack. We're sitting on 1 kg, 1.1, 2, 4, 5. Okay, now we're going. All right, 22, 30, 41. You've gone. Oh! I'm very proud to say that is 58.1 kgs. Now, if I remember correctly, someone said in the 50s. What did you say? Did you say 50? Oh, flip, I thought you said 59. That would have been amazing, hey? Yeah, but you didn't. All right. Okay, so it's just a clear... Okay, no, very nicely done. Well done, guys. Okay. All right, nice try. So 58.1, that's very good. Okay, so the scoring so far is Hoërskool Jim Fisher, you're still in first place. Hoërskool Oosterland, you're in second place. And so this is getting quite exciting. I won't mention the other ones because they're just like all over the place, you know. All right. Okay, so we go back to the bag. Who's going to come? Who wants to come? Okay, come on. No looking. I'd laugh if you called your own thing. Right, number 7. Oh, wait, I need to give you something. I'm running out of things. You don't want a jelly baby. So just checking. But there we go. Right. Okay, so number 7, and number 7 is Brackenfeld High School. Let's go. That was a big sigh, bro. You haven't even broken your bridge and you're sighing already. Right. Okay, so let's get this on and then you guys can do your normal fancy corrections and everything else that you do. Okay, just make sure it doesn't slip off there when we do it. Oh, it has a tendency to. Right, so ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to hand over to Brackenfeld. This school is one of those schools like other schools. They take a good 20, 30 minutes to get their bridge positioned and happy, and they kind of pull out a tape measure and do all sorts of weird and wonderful things with it. And so, you know, if you've had anything or you've got anything to eat and you want to share, I'm open to sharing, all right? We can share my jelly babies, all right? Are you guys ready? Oh, my hat, what? Yeah. Okay, clearly they didn't appreciate the comment. Right, all right. Okay, guys, let me just put you at 0. Right, we're good to go. Okay, so this bridge got very high points for aesthetics, design, as well as correctness. You can see it sitting very, very firm, even though it's, okay, now we're jumping. 40, 60, 70, 90. Right, so for those of you who are battling to read that is 164.1 kgs. Okay. So guys, you know, this is the kind of thing that you want to see because it's like, well, it broke. All right, we don't really know why it broke, where it broke, but it broke. All right, and so well done, guys, a fantastic bridge. Well done. Please excuse me where I just collect all the equipment that has gone all over the place. Right, where's my bag? Right, who wants to do it this time? Come on. Let's get some excitement. Who wants to go this time? Come on, come on, come on, come on. Right, come through. Don't rush, it's fine. We've got all night, it's fine. Okay. Right, who have you got? Let's see. Number 5. Number 5. Oh, I've got to tell you who number 5 is. Oh, wait, I didn't give you something. Hold on. Pleasure. I think they work if you rub them quite a lot. They do start to work. Right, so number 5. Number 5, Hoërskool Diamantfeld. You can see we're getting some sighs in the audience. It's like, oh, please make 5, not my bridge. Right. Oh, I've just remembered I'm on camera. Right. Okay, guys, let's do this. Okay. Do you mind grabbing that piece there? Someone just grab that. Thank you. Okay, I'm going to put mine on first, then you can put yours on. Sorry. It's terrible. These things fall off as you're trying to put the bottom one on. Okay. All right. Okay, guys, I've got it on. Okay, you can get ready. Did you get my good side? Oh, you're not even taking photographs of me. How rude. All right. Okay, guys, when you're ready, we're ready. Right, they're starting off with a bit of speed, picking up the slack. We're on 2. We're on... Okay. Right, so we've got 54.1. 54.1 for Hoërskool Diamantfeld. Right, okay, so it broke in the middle, hey? Any reason why you think your bridge broke in the middle? No. And don't say it's because we loaded it in the middle. I'm looking for a more technical answer. Although it looks like that might be the only answer.
Yeah, it's mainly on these members.
Yeah. Okay, so that's interesting. Okay, well, it would appear that it broke because of the loading in the middle. All right, so well done, guys. Right. Okay, where's my bag? This is getting so exciting. Oh, I thought you were volunteering to take a... Okay. Right. Who's going now? Come on.
I don't want to pay.
Okay.
What's the jelly bag? 12.
Number 12. Pleasure. Right, number 12. Number 12. Number 12, we have Hoërskool Menlyn Park. Right, and so they want a little bit of an explanation, and let's give them the explanation. If you can just bring your bridge. Right, okay, so let me just show you quickly. All right, so first of all, what brought us to our attention was we looked at some of the sides here. Mm-hmm. You can see there the lamination. And then when we turned it upside down, it got worse. Look at that whole member there has been laminated. Okay, that member there, numerous places there laminated. That whole member there is laminated. It probably was the glue running. But the problem is that you as a team must monitor that. Okay, I think the reason was because of the way you created these members. So it just encourages the glue to run down, where if you had kept it apart, then the glue would have stayed within the joint. All right. Okay, but we're going to break it nonetheless. Right. Okay, so this is another one of those bridges that the wood is going to go, yeah, I'm going to twist. All right, but let's see how it handles the twist. Okay, guys, can you just come and hold it while we just put these things on so that we don't have the bridge falling off prematurely. Okay, guys, you can do with it as you feel fit. All right, make sure you're happy. Okay, guys, is it on that roller? Just lift it up, put it on the roller there. There we go. Okay, it's fine. All right. Okay, guys. I'm going to zero it again, and then you can... All right, let's go. Okay, so we've got a nice view looking down the road bed here in the bottom right-hand side. If a member starts to collapse inside, then we know that there's missing lateral supports along the top, but it's holding straight. I'm not sure if it's the camera or the bridge, but it looks like we've got a bit of bowing taking place on the top. All right, but we're on 26, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 91. Well done, guys. That you can be very proud of that, eh? Right, well done. All right, 91, and you broke my machine. Listen to it buzzing. Hey, don't panic. Check out everyone in the audience is going, no, it's broken. There we go. All right, well done, guys. That is a nice load. Let's give them another round of applause, please. All right. Okie dokie. Oh, we're running out of gifts here, so soon somebody is going to be getting the jelly babies. All right. Don't worry, I'll clean them before I give them to you.
She actually wants a pen, so it's not a problem if you get a pen.
Number 2. There's a pen. Thanks, man. Right, so let's see who number 2 is. Number 2, oh my goodness, Toyo Yando Technical School, and I'm pretty sure I pronounced that wrong, and I apologize. Yeah, that's what I said. Yes. Right. It's not even looking at me. Right. Okay, so this is a nice square bridge. All right, so I want to bring to your attention, guys, do you want to hang on to that? Can I just show you some things that are of concern, not for everyone, okay, not just them. So one of the things you will notice is symmetry. So we've got, on this side facing me, I've got a member going from left to right, and on the other side, I've got it going from right to left if I use the highest points. All right, which means on this particular side, this member is having a load. On this side, this horizontal member and that vertical member are there purely for looks. It serves no function because the force runs down the diagonal to the abutment. All right, and then they have the same on the other side. Okay, and ironically enough, they've done it so perfectly that that bridge, both sides are going to be using. This side, none of that is necessary. The other thing that's a big concern when it comes to strength is the shape of a triangle. The triangle is our strongest shape. And if you look at the members running along the top here, we've got no triangles. Okay, now I'm not picking on you guys, but please, I'll give you a jelly baby. All right, okay. All right, so we've got no triangles, and obviously that's going to cause a bit of a concertina effect. It's just going to collapse on itself because that's what squares do. All right, and rectangles. Then, however, they've got this incredible lattice work on the bottom. And I must admit, we scored you quite highly on aesthetics because that's not easy to do. All right, so that's fantastic. The problem with these bridges is when we design a bridge like this, we're designing purely for strength. That's why WBHO stopped at 39. Was it 39? Round it off, okay. Because they built with their understanding of an engineer. Where you guys are building with the understanding, I have to build this thing as strong as possible. So in reality, we would never build the bridges you build. because the strength is just ginormous, and the cost associated to that is more ginormous than the bridge. Okay. And also, if we built it to scale, some of these bridges would be quite interesting. All right, we would see them from, like, you build a bridge in Joburg, and we'll see it from Maritzburg as it just, kind of sits on the horizon with the height of the bridge. All right, so what I'm trying to get at with this particular bridge, it would actually be better to load it like this. All right, because then you've got the strong upper members. They've also doubled the members, all right, which gives it a lot more strength. But this is how we have to do it, because this is what they designed. All right. So guys, are you ready for this? Put a smile on your faces, man. We're on national TV here, The whole world is watching you. Yeah, it's quite pressurizing. I know the feeling. All right. Okay, here we go. Right, I seem to have misplaced one of these. Oh, there we go. Okay, fantastic. Right, let's put it through. Okay, guys, just hold them on here while we do it, just so it doesn't fall off and we don't get breakage too early. Okay, you're good there. All right, just hold it still. All right. Okay, guys, I think I'm ready. I just want to make sure that it is going in the right direction. Yes, it is. There we go. Okay. All right, I'm going to zero it. Guys, please, just out of interest's sake, when I do criticize a bridge, I'm not criticizing it, obviously, to be negative. I'm just criticizing it or giving some sort of constructive criticism. That's a much better word. All right, as to help you guys for future bridges. All right, so I apologize if I picked on you. Next time, I won't say a word because you would have perfected it. And next time you'll be competing with the 160s and the 170s. Not that you won't get that. I must maybe make that statement quick. All right. Okay, guys, let's have a look. I've zeroed the machine. There we go. Okay, I'll give you 0.4. All right. All right, let's go. Okay, so let's see what happens. Picking up the slack. It's on 1, 2. All right, look at the... Right. Okay. Right, I tried to quickly give you some sort of indication, but it happened so quickly. Did you see how that one stick bent? Right, and that's one of the biggest problems with wood, is that it's one of these materials. We hate designing with wood. In fact, when we ask to do something in wood as engineers, we say, well, maybe just kind of like find a Wendy House person, and let them build it, because we can't rely on it. Wood is one of those materials that is... One year it grows nice and strong, the next year we have a bad year, and so you get these weak spots, and it also deflects so badly. So that was a good example of deflection. Have you noticed your base is still very much intact, eh? All right. And so it was the top here. These obviously started coming in, causing that bowing of the member, and then causing it to shoot out wherever it went. But well done. Thank you very much. Give them a round of applause. All right, so that was 16.6. Am I correct? Yes. Okay, right, bag. Yes. Okay. Right, who's coming up now? Anyone? Come. No, you're just so bright in that orange. I just felt I couldn't resist having you come up and... That was quick. Well, open it. It's like Christmas. You've got to get to open the gift. You tore it. Right, team 4. It's actually mine, but I've run out of prizes, so I'm giving it to... Right, so team 4. Domino Servites. Right, okay guys, before you get that done, let's just set up the rig, and then you guys can play with it as much as you like. Okay, so if you can just hold it there. Oh, you guys make it so nice where it's so easy to just put the members through. You can like put my whole hand through. Yes, breathe. Just remember to breathe. Just breathe. Okay. This thing's getting all tangled up here. It's not serious. Okay, all right. Now that we're on, now you guys have freedom to do what you like. Okay, it's not going to go flat. You've made it a little bit too wide. All right. Okay, let me zero it. Right. Okay, guys. Are you ready? Let's go. Okay, they're not holding back. Here we go. We picked up the strain. Whoa. Right. That wasn't pretty at all. What happened? I said to her, what happened? The answer I got was the sticks were terrible. Hey? Isn't that, what's that whole thing? Blame your tools, or what's it? What's the thing? Blame your material? All right. Okay, you know what happened then? It was quite interesting. I didn't say anything initially, but what happened was that the members that they've got, in fact, just give it to me quickly. Oh, okay, wrong hand. All right. These members that came down, they were slightly too wide. All right, which meant when we put the loading apparatus in, it wasn't sitting flat on the road bed. It was angled. All right, and if you look at those plates, they've got a knife edge on that angle. And so now no longer do you have this lovely surface area based on this big plate, but you've now got this knife edge. And that's going to have a huge impact, obviously, on what it can handle, okay, due to pressure. And because it broke in the middle, I can only think that's the reason. Such a small thing. All right. Do you want a jelly baby? We'll help you. Sorry, you know, the biggest problem I had was I had a tissue in this pocket, and I didn't know. So when I put the jelly babies in, the tissue is kind of wrapped around it, and they don't taste so bad. I think it was a clean tissue, but I can't be 100% certain. But you know, fortunately, the sweetness. Oh, bag, yes, okay. Okay, right. Who's going to come? Who's going to come? Here we go, here we go. Yes, Hebrew, your blazer is better than his blazer. What happened? Or is that the school? Yours is... Same school, different blazers. Colors. Number 6. Wait. I knew you would be impressed with that one, I tell you. I knew it. I could just see it in your eyes. Right, number 6. Mamalomani. So I'm just waiting for correction coming from the back, but it's not coming. All right. Guys, if you could please come and get your bridge. Thank you. You guys ready? Okay. All right. Oh, yes. What happened? Right, so we have a problem. It fits, but it fits between the abutments and not on the abutments. All right, so where's my adjudication team? What happened? Don't put up your hands because you give yourself away. All right, so guys, what we'll have to do is we'll break your bridge just now. All right, because I have to just adjust the supports to be able to accommodate it. All right. Okay, so we'll talk about your bridge just now. All right, but sadly, I have to disqualify you. Right, thanks very much. I will call you up just now. You can keep your bridge and I'll call you up at the end and we'll break it. All right. I don't want to adjust the machine just yet. All right. Right. Yeah, give me a book. Right. Here we go. Who's coming now? Right from the back. No, don't stress. Keep it. We'll give you a test later.
Oh, sorry.
Number 8. Right. There we go. We will give you that book. Thanks, man. He puts it back in the bag. I mean, how's that going to help? We can't break the bridge twice. All right. So number 8. Number 8 is Makuzweni High School. All right, let's go, let's go. Oh, right, this is our Swaziland team. All right, so that's very exciting. Welcome. I hope you've enjoyed your day with us. All right, they're not even listening to me. They're so focused on their bridge. Right. Okay, let's do this, eh? Right, where are we putting it? Right in the middle here, eh? Okay, just hold the bridge on the supports there for me, please. Uh-oh.
It's going.
Okay, that's about the best we're going to do, hey? Otherwise we have to cut a member if we don't want to cut a member. All right. Right. Okay, I'm going to give you a little bit of a briefing here. We're having a bit of an issue. Okay, so don't do anything just yet. Okay, so what's happened in this particular one? This is the first time I've ever seen it. They made their triangle in the middle, and the intention was to be able to hold the supports in the middle. And sadly, just too short. All right, and so we've got another situation that we had just now. The only difference is in this particular one of the members is lying flat, or one of the bracing, one of the brackets is holding flat, the other one is giving us a knife edge. So let's see how this goes down. All right, don't do anything yet. This crowd has forgotten to remind me. Right, guys, let's see what you can do. Right, 2, 3, 5. Yeah. Right, 32.6. That's very good. Yeah, keep going. Just keep going. Guys, you pass me a bit. Right. The joys of a knife edge. It's taken out the whole bottom of the bridge. All right, so this confirms what happened with yours. All right, so there we go. Knife edge, not good. but your bridge is fantastic. Well done. Right. Okay, so I must write this down, eh? 32.6. Right, and then there was one. Right, so I think to just do this as fairly as possible, I'll just do this one. I'm not entirely sure who it is. Number one. Number one in your hearts is going last. All right, so let's see who's number one. Oh, by the way, I actually just did it because that means I get the bag. All right. So number one, Sarel Kaliers Hashki. That's what I said. All right. Right, where are you guys? Come up, let's go. Absolutely. Right. There's one behind you. Guys, we're looking for another one of these. Oh, there it is. Never mind. Okay, just hold it on the support step, please. Sure, your bridge has gone wide, yeah. Eh? Okay. Okay. Just this thing is so tangled up now. Right, just hold it there so we can just make sure it goes in without falling off again. Okay, guys, I think we're not going to get it much better than that, I think. You can do what you like. Please, can you give me that little red bag, please? Right, this particular team has opted to say something. All right, so I'm going to hand my mic over to them.
Greetings to all. We'd just like to say thank you to Ms. Ospo for the amazing help she gave to one of our teammates who nearly cut off his finger. We thank you a lot, ma'am, for the support you gave us and everyone else who was there assisting. Thank you.
Can I just ask a favor? Can you please hold up your hand to just show everyone where it actually was? And whoever came up with this idea that it's cut like down the arm and in half, you can clearly see that that is not the case. All right. Okay, so well done. Very, very brave. And I think the only thing left to do, who's doing this? Okay, right. Let me just zero it quickly. Don't throw it. Oh. Right. Okay, guys. Let's see what you can do. Right, picking up the slack. You can see a lovely bridge on the bottom here. Very symmetrical. It was. Okay. I'm thinking maybe I shouldn't have said symmetrical because as I said it, it just kind of like keeled over. But 59.1 kgs. Yeah, give him a round. Come on. Right, Mr. Masondo, come back. Right, in the many, many years of me being a part of this competition, come stand here, my man. All right. We've never had it where a person has had to go off-site to get medical attention. All right. We've usually been able to deal with it on-site. And so today was very, very exciting for us. All right. I was in the middle of a lovely lunch when I was called to come and see this site. And all of a sudden my lunch just didn't seem as important or taste nearly as good afterwards. All right, so thank you for ruining my lunch. All right. So what we've done is to just commemorate this incredible situation. We've got you some chocolates, all right, because we know you're going to need to be sweet in the car tomorrow when the anesthetic wears off. All right. And then for future, we got you a little first aid kit. All right. Well done, man. All right, so that first aid kit is to be used in future situations where you're working with a knife. All right, so just have it close by so that you can manage the situation. Right, guys, well, I think if I'm correct, and looking at the wall there, we've just got the one bridge, which we need to now shorten in order to do this. All right, so this is going to take me a little bit of time. So I apologize. If you want to use this time just to chat to each other, I know we are live streaming. He wants to say something. Okay, come up. Looks like this is like a free-for-all. Anyone else who wants to be on camera, feel free to.
Can I?
Yes, you can hold it.
So this is my final year. I'm now in matric. So 5 years ago in 2018, I qualified for the first time for the Water Competition Nationals, and one of the biggest achievements as my father being part of the SAICE community. I've then competed in the water competition since 2018 and made my appearance in 2019 for the first time at the bridge building. So I just want to say out of my heart, for everyone part of SAICE and part of this competition, for doing the effort and making this competition the most wonderful competition that I could ever attend. Part of engineering and making my father proud.
Absolutely.
Well done.
All right, so there's someone who's going into engineering. I think it goes without saying. Yeah? All right, well done. Thank you very much for that. And guys, it really is a privilege to... Why is this taking so long to clip onto my shirt here? I think from my side, it really is a privilege to be a part of something like this. It's just so exciting to just watch scholars and being involved in the Maritzburg competition. I obviously get to see them at a much earlier stage than just here. And it's just such a wonderful experience to just see people growing in this. And there's a lot of people that come back, and so that's exciting too. And so really just from SAICE's side, and I think we are going to have our someone come up and just talk to you a little bit about SAICE and just thanking everyone and that kind of stuff later. But from my side, this is amazing, because what it does is it gets me out the office for 2 days. Big plus. All right, and I don't even have to take leave. I just pray my HOD is not listening to this, because then I could be in trouble. All right. So 2 days out the office. To this particular trip, I got to experience a new vehicle other than my own, which was really cool. I got to do cruise control, and I got to do automatic, which meant this foot in about half an hour went numb, and I didn't quite know what to do with it. In fact, I eventually forgot that it was there until I got out of the car to just take a walk break and fell on my face. All right, but it was fine. I was all good. All right, I had a first aid kit in the car. But yeah, from our side, really just a big thank you for you guys competing. Thank you for getting involved. And please, challenge your other schools. Get them involved. Let's get some more people doing this competition and enjoying this competition. All right. So from my side, I need to grab an Allen key very, very quickly. I will be back. But what we do is we do it pretty tight. You guys okay? Hearing some very strange noises coming from this team over here. Okay, guys. All right, so what we will do is we will put the loading cell on. All right, so we can get an idea on what you're going to load at. All right, and so let's have a look. It should be ready for you. Okay. Everything looks good. I said that last time and it was major failure. Wow. Sure. Right. Right, I don't know if you guys saw what I saw, but that's the first time I've ever seen that, where it stopped, we had failure, and when they continued, there was a little jump. Did you see the jump? That was impressive. I've never seen that before. So, 52.4, that's a really lovely load there. Well done. All right, and so you can be proud of that. Right, guys, I think... Is that it? I think it is, hey? All right. So, guys, we just need to do a little bit of work on our side, and then we can get the scoring and we can hand over prizes. Mr. McKeown, are you coming up now to do your little talk? Good idea. I think that's a fantastic idea. Let's do that.
I used to be Oliver's boss for a long, long time when I was an academic. May I firstly welcome you all to this evening's testing, judging, and all the other things that take place. My job is very easy. It's to thank firstly our sponsors. An event like this doesn't happen without some injection of money. You've been flown from various centers, you've been put up overnight, and I've seen all day long you've been eating food and drinking bits and pieces, whether it's coffee or water or teas or whatever, and that's thank you to our sponsors. So if I can go through them, first of all, WBHO, who sponsored those shirts you were wearing today. Wear it proudly. It's got our SAICE logo on it. Don't go do anything silly, like if there's another riot or something, please. We don't want to see you on TV wearing a SAICE emblem. We're very proud of our emblem. They also sponsored the equipment that you used today. Memory decided rather than have people struggling with bits and pieces, she would provide you with a couple of dangerous implements, as our hand casualty found out today. Those pieces of equipment are for you to keep. Then our second sponsor is BVI. Thank you to them, consulting engineers. They sponsored the backpacks. I haven't seen you walking around in the backpacks yet, but I'm assuming they're what Oliver was using as his lucky dip bag type of backpacks. Thank you to BVI. And then Formscaf. Formscaf, as you can see, have provided the sponsorship of the rig. The rig that you see is not used anywhere else in the country other than in the Pietermaritzburg branch, and they therefore have the benefit, and Domino Savat, I think, are the team that's been using it. The fact that it's got load cells and things like that makes it very accurate. We won't disclose, because we're on public demonstration here, where we got the money from to build the rig, but there's a lot of academic equipment gone into it, and we shall remain nameless as to who signed for all of that. It wasn't me, it was Oliver. And then obviously Rachem, the glue and that fancy spray stuff you used. I'm not sure if we would have sprayed that on his hand, it would have sealed the problem. But Rachem for sponsoring the glues and the spray. The NRF Sasata for their support of the process in terms of the medals. Oliver, you spoke about prizes and cash. You didn't tell them there are medals that they're going to get. So it's like the Olympics. We just have to build the platforms here, and they can have their medals. And then obviously we are very grateful not only to the sponsors of the national event, but at all our branches across the country that you are all representing, they also have sponsors at the local events, and we are grateful both to our branches, the volunteers, for arranging to get regional team competitions going, and then secondly, for liaising with Memory and her team at SAICE National Office to get all of you up here. So thank you to the branches and the sponsors locally. And then the competition wouldn't happen without Oliver Rowe, who you've all listened to for the last... Okay. He's been doing it for many, many years. He used to have a very, very amicable boss that let him do more or less anything. He used to have a chommy that he brought with him, Sali Pina, but he now is not so mobile anymore. And now and again the rig would break and they would have to repair it. So today, fortunately, the bridges broke before the rig did. We thank you for that, being so agreeable. We had 1 year where the rig would not break the bridge. They had to go and modify the rig and test it a week or two later to get it to break. 200 and something kgs it got to, or ridiculous. So, Oliver, for giving up your time. I know you had a reason to come up besides bridge building, and she's sitting over there, but thank you very much for giving up your time, for emceeing and for being so entertaining. And I'll have one of the jelly babies because I'm used to eating things out of your pocket, etc., etc. And then obviously to Mari, she was mentioned earlier. Mari, first of all, thank you for being here. We're going to have to take you out in a coffin for you to stop supporting SAICE. Mari's been supporting SAICE in one or other form, and she provided the ambulance services, as you heard for us today. We were thinking we'd have to get a helicopter in or something and need bigger sponsorship in the future to cover it. And then obviously, last but not least, this event doesn't happen without Memory. The lady in the white shirt over there. Ably supported by her family. If we ask nicely, her daughter will come and dance for us later on. No, I'm only kidding. Okay, but Memory, thank you very much for all the time and effort you put into it and for finding ways to save money on the event. We appreciate it. And what's it, 27 years you've been doing it now for? Soon become 30 or 40 years. And then obviously the competition isn't a competition without participants. So all of you school pupils in the room with your teachers, because you've got support of your teachers not only with you, but back at your school, give yourselves a round of applause. Even if you do not choose civil engineering as a career, consider other disciplines of engineering. You won't get the chance to break things. You can be a chemical engineer and blow things up, or a mechanical engineer and try and go and, or don't become electrical, because then we'll have more load shedding. We don't want that. No, I'm kidding. Okay, but if you don't know about it and you ever get a chance, we'll run it again sometime next year. There's a bridge currently being built on the Wild Coast. It's called the Imsikaba River Bridge. Cost of the project's 1.9 billion rand for one river bridge. It's the only arch bridge, suspension bridge being built. They started with the legs and the piers, and as they go up, they add the cables, and as they add the cables, they push the deck out. So SAICE will have, we had one earlier this year in March, I think it was. Yeah, we'll do it again next year with progress. If you are at varsity or you even still at school, watch out for the announcement and go and see a real engineering feat being developed. But like I said, 20 years to get to the stage of where they're actually constructing it. But for those of you who like the Wild Coast and places like that, you'll be able to get there very quickly in future when the bridge is finished. So Smeka, the consulting engineers on that project. And then lastly, I just wish you well for the rest of your academic year. The students I'm talking to, the teachers, good luck suffering with the marking. So the only thing I don't miss about not being an academic is I don't have to use a red pen unless I choose to anymore, which is great. Hope your rest of your academic life goes well at school, whether you're grade 10 or, like he said, he's been doing SAICE-related water or bridge building for his entire high school life. So please go to varsity now and stop schooling. You've done enough at school. And to the rest of the SAICE team that are in and around the place here, thank you very much, and travel safe back to your home cities and provinces. And we are looking forward to seeing you all again next year. And Ollie, if you're ready, over to you. Thank you very much, everybody.
ask for a jelly baby. I got you one.
No tissue.
No, I cleaned it. I won't tell you how I cleaned it. Right. So, ladies and gentlemen, the time has now come for you to hear how well you have done. And so this is where it gets really exciting. A little bit of admin work that required here. So we will call out third place first. Yes, third place first. And then we'll call out second place. And then guess what we're going to call out third? First place. So third called out will be first place. First called out will be third place. The only team that actually balances is second place, because you will get second and you will be called out second. And I really need to stop this conversation because it's not going down very well. All right. So when you guys have received your awards, we're going to have photographs. You're going to get me in the photograph. All right. Don't panic. I'm really photogenic. All right. And so I will be in the photograph smiling and just being happy. But once you have finished the process and you've had all your limelight and the what's it, the paparazzi, yes, the paparazzi is all finished. It's just actually Brenda, but it's fine. All right, the paparazzi is all finished. Please, you need to go to memory. You need to give your cell number, all right? And that's not because she wants to phone you, all right? She just wants to put money into your wallet, your e-wallet. What the hell is an e-wallet? Well, I would just be grateful for a wallet anyway. Okay, right, so here we go. In third place, and this is very, very interesting. Remember, we spoke about the fact that the bridge weight, not the weight that it held, but the weight of the bridge has quite a large impact on the final scoring. Why are there so many people moving? I'm getting nervous here. All right. Okay, and so, limelight coming back onto me. That's why I have these. Right, we're good to go. No, they better not do that, yeah. Right, okay, so this is a team that got a score for aesthetics, correctness, and design of 22. They then came in with a bridge that weighed 108.6 grams. All right, which giving it a strength to weight ratio of 536.832. Sorry, as engineers, we always work to the third decimal. All right, so that is basically 500% stronger than what it actually is. And that is with a load of 58.3 Fairvale Secondary School. Where are you going to go? That's okay. Guys, please move across to the other side. Pleasure. Oh, sorry. If you're battling to smile, let me just remind you, you've just earned yourself 2,000 Rand each. All right, there we go. There's your smile. Right, well done, well done. If you can go back to your seats, please. Or go, do you want them now, Memory? No, just now. Okay, right. And then in second place, getting an aesthetics, correctness, and design score of 27.5, having a weight to strength ratio of 718.985 with the bridge, which I think is the second lightest bridge we had, of 106.4, carrying a weight of 76.5, Gwysgwyl Jim Fishay. And just when you're smiling, remember you've just earned yourself 2,200 Rand each. Really, that blazer must be quite heavy, eh? $2,200. Come on, guys. They came in second. They've just earned 2,200 Rand. Thank you. Right. And first place, having a bridge score with aesthetics, correctness, and design of 28, the highest mark obtained in that category. The bridge itself weighed 131.7 grams, giving it a strength to weight ratio of 1,246.01, holding a load of 164.1 kgs, Brackenfeld High School. $2,500. Ladies and gentlemen, I would have the scoring up, so you're more than welcome to come and see where you've placed. Oh, thank you. All right, you can come and see where you've placed. I know there's probably a couple of you sitting in your seats a little bit disappointed. I know you're sitting amongst people that are very excited and very proud. But that is the way things go at bridge building. All right, and that's the biggest problem we have as engineers, is we have to work to the specifications. If we don't work to the specifications, we have major issues. And our major issues are not free food, free accommodation, and free travel. All right, they are millions of Rand in fixing, correcting, and that's not nice. All right. So guys, from my side, thank you very much. From SAICE's side, a big thank you. In fact, can we please just give SAICE a big round of applause? It has been an absolute pleasure to be with you for the day. I hope you don't dislike me too much. If you do, don't panic. I live in Cape Town. All right, you can come find me. I live close to Brackenfeld. We help these guys all the time. No, I don't live anywhere close, so don't panic. There's no collusion. There's nothing going on there. They did it all on their own. All right, but guys, from my side, thank you very much. Those of you that have won, please don't forget to go and see Memory. And most importantly, 6:30 is breakfast. 7:30 is bus. If you forget the bus, it's a long walk home. All right. So please do not forget the bus. You can miss breakfast, but you cannot miss the bus. But don't worry, Memory will be around because she's got a very good memory. All right. And she will ensure that you guys are there. And I've seen her. She will come into your room and she will take you out. When I mean not take you out as in take you out, she'll just escort you out of the room. Right, sorry, that's the word I should have used. She will escort you out of the room to the bus. All right, so please, guys, be on time. But from my side, again, lastly this time, thank you very much. Have a lovely evening. All the best. Cheers.